Hello YouTube, Bookem Dano here. I'm starting a new series today called Deep Cuts. This will be episode number 1. So just like back in the day, radio station plays something off the B-side of a rock album that isn't really one of the hits, but play some of that stuff and you realize, hey, that's pretty decent. That's my goal here, is to highlight some stories that are maybe not the big hits, maybe not the ones everyone knows about, but are still worth checking out. Might have gotten lost in the shuffle there somewhere. So today I'm going to be talking about the Deadman Connection. It's a Batman story from 1996. It's a 3-issue story. It's issue 530, 531, and 532. I found these at my local comic book store last week. Just flipping through the Batman back issue bin, and saw the Deadman Connection up at the top as I was flipping through, and I kind of interested in Deadman. I think he's a pretty intriguing character, so pulled it out. Saw that there was a series here of them. When I bought it, I wasn't sure that I had all of the issues in the story, but it did turn out to be a 3-issue story, and I've got them all. So this was published back in 1996. It's got, because it's in the 90s, it's got that kind of obligatory gimmicky cover. This one is glow in the dark. There, get the glare down there. Yeah, pretty cool. Deadman. So yeah, all 3 of them are glow in the dark, supposedly anyway. Haven't verified that, but they've got some texture to them that's cool, I guess. So yeah, this is a interesting story. Doug Mensch is the writer. Kelly Jones and John Beatty handled the art. At least they're the main ones that are credited here. There's a few other people that are credited on the inside. As far as the art goes, the main thing is the depiction of Batman is not my favorite. You can see he's got these 3-foot long bat ears, and that just doesn't do it for me. But I do I thought they did a good job with Deadman himself depicting it, and some of the other artwork is not too bad. I like the way they have Deadman going in and out of people as he kind of possesses them. There's a good example. The story itself is pretty good. Batman is investigating some stolen goods that are going through a certain pawn shop in Gotham City. So he ends up there. Deadman is also working on the case from a different angle, and he ends up at this pawn shop. And the two of them, they've got a little bit of history together. They team up to, they both realize it's a much bigger caper than they originally thought. So they team up, end up in South America. There's a lost Incan city, where the descendants of the people that survived the conquistadors are still kind of holed up, and some group of mercenaries has found this city and convinced them that they're gods. So it's kind of a reenactment of what happened 500 years ago with Pizarro and some of the other conquistadors. But it's a pretty good story. I enjoyed reading it. It's Batman 530, 31, and 32. So you might check that out if you get a chance. It's I paid $2 a piece for these in the back issue bin. It's about as cheap as a Batman story gets. I looked it up in Overstreet too when I got home, and the near mint minus copy was listed at $3, and of course no value on anything less than that. So it's super affordable and worth checking out, especially if you like Deadman. One thing I like to do when I read these older Batman stories, pull it up here, is I like to read the letters to the editor. Sorry, there we go. Called Bat Signals over here. But it's a good way to check out what's, maybe some stories that you're not aware of, or, that kind of thing. Because in these, I'm sure everyone's read those letters that come into the creative team, and they're like, hey, you guys did a great job with that issue, 2 months ago, loved it. Were you influenced by this or that, or it just seems to fit with what's going on in the world today, or loved how it connected to a previous storyline, something like that, and then sometimes they're like, man, you guys really missed the boat on that story from 3 issues ago, because that was just, it was terrible. So anyway, I found there was all the letters were about issues 520 and 526, which I'm going to look for the next time I'm at the comic book store. I don't think there are any key issues or anything by any means, but they're supposed to be supposedly standalone stories that that the creative team did a great job on. So I'm interested in checking those out. So, by reading those letters to the editor from 20 years ago, you can, maybe stumble across some other things and other books worth checking out, and, possibly a future episode of Deep Cuts. So, hey, thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked what you see, subscribe to my channel. Try to keep more content coming. Try to contribute here in ways that hopefully isn't quite the same as all the other YouTube comic book content, which is fantastic. But just trying to offer some unique perspectives here. So anyway, thanks a lot. Take care, and we'll see you next time.